Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Happy New Year. Today is the 1st of January, and maybe you have New Year's resolutions or what have you. But here's the thing. When it comes to your VA claim, you need to be on the ball with it. There are big changes happening, and look, whether you're looking to file your first claim, you need to revisit claims that you maybe have filed in the past, or maybe you have some additional conditions, secondary, or maybe your conditions have gotten worse. You're going to file for increases, or maybe you missed something that you could file for. You need to do that. In addition, don't forget about these big changes to eliminate tinnitus and to reduce dramatically the ratings for sleep apnea. These are important things. I wanted to dive into it real quick. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. The two asks really are hit that thumbs up and let the video run. That is what puts this into the hands of those that need it. And that's the way that we can make sure that we pass on this information to our brothers and sisters. So with that, if you are looking to file your first claim, or maybe looking to revisit claims that you filed in the past that maybe have been denied, or thinking about filing for an increase or filing for secondary conditions, the first thing that you should do is file an intent to file. You can do that online by starting the process of filing a claim. You don't have to finish it. Just start the process. That triggers the intent to file. Or you can print out the form. It's the 210966 is the VA form. Utilize that form and mail it off where it says in the instructions. Or you can call the VA directly and let them know, hey, I am veteran so-and-so. Here's my information. I would like to be able to go ahead and put in an intent to file. Can you help me with that? They will help you get that intent to file in place, and that is an important piece of this process. So now that you've got your intent to file in place, you're good to go for 1 year to get your claim put together and submitted. As long as you get it submitted within 1 year, what's going to happen is the VA will use your intent to file date as your effective date. Now, here's a little bit of a funny part of all this. If you have tinnitus, ringing in the ears, or sleep apnea, and you're looking to file a claim in addition to other things, and maybe it's going to take you a while to get everything together, my suggestion, this is just me, if I were to go down this road, my suggestion would be focus only on your tinnitus and your sleep apnea. Go get your diagnosis, get all that stuff squared away, get your Nexus put together, make sure that it's clear that that is as a result of your time in service or manifested during your time in service. Get all of those pieces, develop your claim, get everything in place, and submit that claim as fast as possible, because we do not know when the VA is going to make these changes. It might not happen this year. It might not happen in 2024, but boy, it would sure suck if it did and you weren't in line and getting yours approved prior to them making this an effective decision. So, my opinion, the sooner the better to file for those. Once your claim is filed and getting in process with the VA, as soon as that happens, file an intent to file. That intent to file will be used for your next round of claims that you're going to be filing for. Okay, so the example would be you have tinnitus, you have sleep apnea, you have migraine headaches, you have lower back issues and some sort of an ankle issue, and some mental health things, right? So all of those things, right, barring the tinnitus and the sleep apnea, would be used for that intent to file. Your sleep apnea and your tinnitus could be filed right away. Run with that, get that into the VA's hands so they can process it. And then the next day after the VA has that claim, file that intent to file and work to develop all of the things you need for your migraines and your knee issue and your back issue and your whatever else, right? All your other issues, work on that kind of in tandem while the VA is working your tinnitus and sleep apnea claim. If you get your tinnitus and sleep apnea rated with the VA before any changes are made, what will happen will be you will be grandfathered in when the changes do take effect. Now, do we know exactly what the changes are going to be? No. What we do know is that the VA has proposed the elimination of tinnitus. We know that the VA has proposed a dramatic reduction with regard to how they rate sleep apnea. Now, you could today get a 50% for sleep apnea with a CPAP machine prescribed for you. If these proposed changes come into effect, then the sleep apnea with a CPAP would warrant you if here's the qualifier, if the VA deems that your treatment is successful and you're doing well with that, then they will rate you, at 0%. So that's important to know, right? So the sooner you get yours in and get this stuff put together and get awarded a service connection for it, it will give you safety in event that there are these changes. Now, again, we don't know exactly if what is proposed will actually go into effect. However, changes to the schedule of ratings is pretty much an absolute. They have already made changes to several different body systems with regard to the schedule of ratings. They've made those changes already to probably 7 or more of the rating schedules. These are just 2 more rating schedules that they are making changes to. Now, the process again is the proposal. They took comments a year and 8 months ago. They took comments from the public on these proposed changes. Then they digest that information and will then in turn around and implement an actual change. It may be the same as their proposal. It might be different, but a change is coming, my friends, and we need to be ready. So with that being said, my thought is that it will not take effect in 2024. My thought is it will probably take effect after the presidential election. That's just my guess. Even though the VA is operating, in their own kind of silo with regard to this type of a proposal, it's an election season, and because the Veterans Affairs is one of the cabinet members of the president, the current president would not want to disrupt any visions, right, from the veteran community. So my thought is they're going to leave it status quo until after the election is finalized, and then they'll pull the trigger on that. So be ready. It could still happen, right? I mean, it could happen 3 months from now. Who knows? It's better to be safe than sorry. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.